Hi folks, this is the brand new trotter mower that I've just created a few weeks ago. I'm coming over here. This is the one I created probably a couple of years ago. This was the original one. This is the one we've been using, but it's developed a terrible knocking noise and it smokes like a trooper. I think I'm gonna have to change the engine on it, but we'll start it up because I've got to cut the grass anyway. We'll just give it its last go and you'll see what I mean. So let's get going. So let's give it a few pumps first of all. Let's get some fuel through it. Oh! Can you hear that? Terrible knock. I'll just put you on a bit of time lapse. I'm going to cut the grass with it, but you'll see it smoking as well. And then we'll take this engine off, strip it down, have a look at it, and I'll have to put another spare engine on there because it's a great lawnmower. We love cutting the grass with this. I'll see you in a minute. Well folks, it's just died on me. It's got plenty of fuel in there. Let's try and pull it again. Oh hello. That's not a good sign, is it? Look. Can't pull it. But it's seized up folks. So, that's got to be stripped down and we'll put another engine on there, but I'll be interested to find out what's actually happened to it. Let's get it in the workshop. Right, got it on the lift folks. Let's just have a little quick look to find out why it's seized up first of all, before I take the engine out. We'll check the oil level first. Now I know this was blowing out lots of smoke, so there is a good sign that it might have been letting oil past and inadvertently it might have seized up due to lack of oil, but let's have a look. Right, well it doesn't look like as much on the dipstick. Let me get a cloth. Let's have a little look. With these type of oil fillers you have to wind them in first folks to get a true reading. So this could be empty. There's nothing on that dipstick folks. Let's just try and stick the screwdriver in there. Right down into the sump. Oh, there is oil in there, look, so it's just that it was below the dipstick. So we have got oil in there, so it didn't run out of oil. So we'll just replace that for the moment. Now, as I said, this appears to have totally seized up. Because when we tried to pull it earlier on, it didn't want to know, did it? So let me just put a clamp on the brake, just so the brake doesn't come on. Up like that, because I want to try and just pull that now. And just see if we've... I've taken the plug cap off, by the way, folks. Yeah, look at that, look, it's solid, look. Totally solid. So something's happened to it. So first of all, we'll take off the rewind cover. Let's get a magnetic tray for the screws. Keep them on there. Just 310mm to take out there, folks. And that will enable us to lift off our pull cord cover. I'll tell you what I'm also going to do. Just going to take off this grass box as well. Get out of the way because I'm going to want to tip the mower up in a minute so that we can remove the blade. And by taking the grass box off, let's get that off now. It enables me to sort of tip it back like that, no problem at all. So that's the reason for that. So obviously this motor is going to be redundant now. Yeah, that's seized up solid. Right, let's get a little 8mm. There we go, gets that out of the way. That now becomes spare parts. To buy them on eBay costs about £5. So the engine's not totally redundant. Right, we've got these 10mm, sorry, these 13mm headed bolts here now. So we'll zip them off, and that releases the head gasket as well, the cylinder head. Take the air filter off. Look at that, it's still good, look. Right, let's get this bracket undone. There's another 10mm there to undo. There we go, get that out. Right, so head bolts are off. I'll have to disconnect the springs. Head gasket looks alright. So the piston's actually, if I rotate the top there, as you can see, just like that, the piston's actually moving in the bore. So it's not a seizure of the bore. It looks like some possibly to do with the conrod or the crankshaft. That has got movement there. So, oh, here we go. There we go, look, it's just freed off. Look at that, look. The valves seem to be opening up correctly. There we go. So I would say there's something catastrophic that's probably happened with the conrod in the crankcase. So what we're going to have to do is to get this engine out. We'll split the crankcase by undoing all the bolts underneath and then withdrawing that, and then we can see physically inside the crankcase. So I'm just going to take a few ancillary bits off first. I'm going to take the fuel tank off. We'll tip the engine up, get the blade off, get this cable connection off. Then it's only 3 bolts that hold the engine in, and we can lift the engine off. So let's get on with that now. Right, that's the engine out, folks. So, first thing I'm going to do, I just want to see how much engine oil is in there. Now, I would have put 500 millilitres in there, near enough that amount, so we know it's low on the dipstick. So, let's have a little measure just to see what, or how much oil is left in there and how much did burn away. And see if there's any sort of metal-looking properties in it. This was fresh oil when I put this in, probably a couple of years ago, but again, the mower's not really been used a lot. So, we just tip that out, just to get an indication of how much was burnt away. Right, okay, I'll leave it at that. It looks like there's 200 millilitres in there, folks. It should be nearer 450 to 500, so about half of that has burnt away. So something serious has gone wrong with this engine, and that's what we're hopefully going to find out. So let's get it turned upside down. Let's put that dipstick back in, because there'll probably still be some residue left in there, and we don't want it to spill all over the place. Right, okay, let's turn that engine up the other way. And underneath, let's put that down there, are the access bolts for us to gain entry to the crankcase, so we can have a look. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like 6 crankcase bolts to withdraw. But before we do that, because we've got to pull this base plate off this way, always clean your shaft up, folks, because they do get stuck on these shafts. So we're going to get a bit of a sandpaper or emery paper and just clean that shaft up. In fact, there is a quicker way. Why make life hard? Let's automate it. Don't forget to put your goggles on, folks. Right, there we go. It should make your life a hell of a lot easier when trying to withdraw that off. So let's change that bit over now. Let's get me impact bit. Right, let's zip them out. They're all the same length, folks, so you can't get them in the wrong order. I've got my little soft blow hammer. So hopefully if we just give this a gentle tap, it should come up no problem. There we go. See how easy that's coming off that shaft now? Look at that, look. I've seen people struggle like mad to get them off, and I've done myself before, but once you know, you know. There you go. Well, I don't like the colour of that oil, that's what I will say. Very grey looking, look at that, look. Which indicates metal on metal wear somewhere down the line. Right, yeah, don't like the colour of that at all. We'll take that oil slinger off. I can see massive play on that big end bearing there. Can you see that movement? Look, that's big end play there, definitely big end play. Right, okay, we're not worried about the timing of the engine, so we can take off that camshaft sprocket. And there's our little plastic camshaft there, folks, look at that, look. These are our followers there, which seem to have been working all right. So all we're left with now are the two nuts, or bolts rather, on the crankshaft. You see the movement on that big end bearing shell, look. Really bad. Right, let's see if we can get this off then. Let's have a look at the state of these big end bearings. Something like this is terminal on a small engine like this, because you ain't going to spend no money to get this stripped down and replace the blinking crank or whatever. You just replace the engine. You pick these engines up literally for probably 20 quid, or just buy a scrap mower for a tenner with a rotted out deck and just replace the engine. That's all you do. Is it engine repair? No, not really, because you're just replacing. But if you took this to a company to find out, they'll charge you an hourly rate to tell you that the engine's knackered, and you've still got to pay the hourly rate for the strip down. Chances are they probably even wouldn't bother stripping it down, they'll just say it's knackered. Right, here we go. That's the two bolts out. Right, let's take that bearing cap off. A little gentle tap. There we go. A little wipe of it, see if that throws any light onto it. A few score marks on it, but now we should be able to pull that piston out. So if we turn that crank round, release the bearing, and now push that piston out. There we go. So very possibly, because this is a sling oil system, nothing pumps around, it just sort of splashes. The oil comes in through that hole there, you see. Once it splashes, it runs in. Because it was very low of oil, it could have not been oiling up properly. And there, as you can see there, the bore, or the piston rather, the skirt is probably well scored up, which would signify oil starvation. So we'll get that crank out now. Oh no, I can't get the crank out now because I've still got that flywheel on the top, haven't I? Let's undo that flywheel nut first, folks. Alright, let's get that out of there. That's a flywheel. Keep that, use that again. Bring that crankshaft out. Oh yeah, oh that, now we can see. Now we can see where the slack has been. Let's show you this, folks. Can you see the grooves and the wear there where it's been slapping? Look at that, look. I don't know if you can see that properly, can you? Yeah, definitely that's the issue. The crank is knackered. Probably due to poor lubrication. You can see where it's actually worn down there. It's got a big ridge in there as well, folks. So that's why it was knocking. And because it was so slack around that piston, let's put that back on there for a minute. Just to give us some sort of idea. I know it's not tightened up, folks, but you get the idea of how much slack there was where it was really there. Look. I'm holding them ends together. Look at that, look. That was a slapping noise we'd heard, look. That's terrible, isn't it? Wow. So that's the reason. I would say due to lack of lubrication. So that's why you've got to check your lawnmowers every now and again. Just check your oil levels, because places where, if they don't burn oil, this one was obviously burning oil as well. So the scores on the bores, that sounds like a blinking game show, doesn't it? What's the scores on the bores? The scores on the bores and on the piston skirt was obviously letting oil pass the rings, and that was causing the smoking issue, which also probably meant the oil was burning out as well. But one of the other issues you can have, where'd I put it? Where's that base gone? Oh, here we go. Is that on your bottom of your lawnmower, where the comes through and your blade spins around there, there's an oil seal there, and that oil seal can give up as well, and that means it can let oil out through the bottom of the lawnmower. And you probably wouldn't even know that, because when you're cutting your grass, because it will just sling oil around the underside of your deck basically, which I've seen that many a time as well. So always handy to look underneath your mower and check whether the oil's, if you're losing oil and it's not smoking, it could possibly be coming out of there. And what many people mistakenly do is just keep topping lawnmowers up and up with oil, when they look at it thinking that, oh, you've got to put oil in all the time sort of thing. And that overfills a lawnmower, and then that causes a different problem. That can cause it to smoke for a different reason. The reason being is because too much oil goes into the breather of the engine and gets sucked into the carburetor and then back into the engine, and then it smokes, and that's the reason why it smokes. A lot of people think their engines are knackered when they see it smoke like that, but the engine fills up with oil, the upper part of the engines, and even the exhaust can fill up with oil, and it can burn and burn and burn. I've had lawnmowers where we've bought lawnmowers and they've smoked and smoked, and the people think their engines are knackered. When we've got them home, check the oil level, they're way over the dipstick maximum level. And then we take the oil out or change the oil, and then they smoke when you start them up again, maybe for about 10 to 15 minutes because of all the oil that's accumulated in the exhaust system. You have to burn that off. Just a few things about maintaining your lawnmower. Make sure your oil level is constant, and if it is disappearing, it could be because it's burning it, even if it's at the right level, through bores that are worn, or it could have a leak on the bottom crank seal down there. You probably wouldn't even know that one unless you turned it upside down and checked. I'm just stripping this down now, folks, just to get all the other bits off which could be handy. This, for example, this is the inlet tube for the carburetor to the inlet manifold. Well, this is the inlet manifold. And what I've had before with these is that whenever you do a carb repair, because a lawnmower's hunting or running lumpy sort of thing, normally it's the gasket and diaphragm when the carburetor that causes that issue. But if you get one that carries on running rough after that, just check the inlet manifold, because I've known these to wear through. These are only plastic, these, and they can get a little hole in them, and if they get a hole in them, that's going to always run rough. So it's only a small plastic part, but well worth keeping a few spares of these, because that is another issue. Just something else to look out for if you get a poor running lawnmower on the Briggs & Stratton Classic engine, that is. So I'm going to keep that. I've taken the coil off at the moment. I'm just going to take the exhaust off now, and this rear bracket for the brake mechanism. Again, all worthwhile bits to keep, because these do fail or break sometimes, these things. And even that wire, this wire here, this is the one that goes to your coil, to your back switch, which cuts the power to your coil when it shorts out. So these are handy to keep as well, these bits of wire, because they've got the connector already on the ends of them. I've seen them get ground through by the flywheel. When someone's had a look under here and they've not realised that the cable insulation is touching the flywheel, and when that spins round, that gets a hole in it, and every now and again the lawnmower will cut out, because basically it's shorting out. So always handy to have a couple of them. We've got the springs off of the carb and the governor arm, keep them. We've got the exhaust manifold, which we'll keep as well. Sometimes these get right through. Hold on, baby. Look who's just turned up, my little baby, look. Oh, your hair smells nice, baby. What have you done to it?
Washed it.
Yeah, you look lovely, baby. So, I've got dirty hands. I'm not touching you at the moment. I'm just stripping down this lawnmower. You'll have your Trotter's lawnmower back working very shortly, because we're going to nick one of Project Man's engines off of one of these old lawnmowers.
Well, Payment for dumping them there.
Dumping them, I would agree. He calls it his store.
No, dumping.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll let you go, baby.
Yeah, I'm going to take Doogly Woogly out.
Okay, you do that then. I'll just take a few little bits.
You've got to lose weight for the dog show.
Not us, the dog.
Well, I have and all.
Well, all of us, yeah. All right then, baby. I'll see you a bit later on.
Oh, kiss me.
Right, let's carry on, folks. I'll just get this exhaust manifold off and then we'll go and nick another engine. I'll see you in a minute. Right, folks, it's the next day now. I had to stop working last night because Jimmy had to do a little bit of a spray job in here, so just cover this up, or uncover this, what he's covered up. Right, okay, let's put that over there. Yeah, Jimmy had to spray this wing here, look. Just another little job he's working on. Not too bad. Again, a few bits of dust in it, which you expect. But all in all, that will all T-cut out anyway. With a, well, not T-cut, it's not T-cut nowadays, we use G3. So there we go, there's that little job there. So that's Jimmy out the way. And we're going to have a little interlude from the engine for the moment because I've got to go back down the breaker's yard. A lot of you quite rightly said, let me just show you, that my Mondeo has got the, what they call the facelift lights on the back. And as a result of that, they don't have a reflector in them. A lot of you have said that in the comment section on the previous videos. And these are the old grills that were in the bumper. As you know, this one this was the damaged one, which I've actually replaced now. Apparently, the reflectors in the lights are now on the facelift models moved down to the bumpers. So basically, if my car was parked on a road in the night time, for example, and a car came up behind me, there wouldn't be no reflectors on my car. So if my car got hit from the rear because it had no reflectors in, the insurance wouldn't pay out basically. So I'm going to go back down to breaker's yard and I'm going to pick up them two with the reflectors in the bumper and fit them to my bumper. So these are now going to be redundant. Well, this one's damaged anyway, so we'll get rid of that. So thanks a lot in the comment section. I didn't know that, or say I didn't know that. Someone did mention it before when they saw I had the new lights in, maybe when I first got the car, I think. But again, because it passed the MOT, I just let it go sort of thing. So thanks again for bringing that to my attention, those of you in the comment section who did mention that, and I am acting on that and we're going to do it right now. So yeah, this engine, this is the oil slinger as I mentioned earlier on in the video, and all it does is literally spin off of the cogs. It's got a little gear on there, and them little things there just literally flick the oil when that's going really, really fast, obviously, and that just flicks the oil around the engine. It just runs down onto the crank and the cam followers and stuff, and the conrod. Oh, here he comes, look. And that's all that feeds the oil. So if the oil level is below that, you ain't going to get no blinking circulation, and that's probably what happened in this case. So in other words, I didn't top the oil up.
I'll better service it next time.
Right, okay. So I've got to go down to breaker's yard. When you go to your friend, he's got to go to his friend's house. It's called the Goth thing. He's got a black
ST220.
ST220, which he's rebuilding for, is it Help the Heroes?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've been over to the garage channel, you would have seen him appear on it once. But apparently he's got, the engine's fallen over or something, isn't it?
Yeah, he's made a dolly, but the dolly was give way or something on the corner,
So Gary's got to give him a hand with the engine sort of thing. So I don't know if he wants to pop down and breaker's yard with me first, and then we'll both go over there because he's going to need some proper muscle behind there, isn't there?
Eh?
To lift it up. Hey?
You're an old boy now.
I'm an old boy, but I've still got the guns though, look. Yeah? So we go to the breaker's yard first. That takes 10 minutes. And then we'll go down and see the Goth thing. I'll probably take my camera along, folks, and we'll have a little look and see what he's up to down there and see what he's got. Yeah?
Who?
The Goth.
He's got a ST220.
I know he has, but they don't know that yet, do they? There's a lot of subscribers on here who haven't seen it. I know that you got a channel, but...
They do know, you just told them.
Yeah, but not all of them. There's over 60,000 on here, mate.
I'm not your mate, I'm your son.
Unbelievable. Right, let's get going. Here, look, crank. Look how knackered that is, look. Look, look.
You got a spare engine?
Hey? Oh, that's another thing as well. Let's go and have a look where I'm getting the engine from.
Hey?
Over there, at the back of the garden. Right, keep walking forward.
You ain't got any.
You keep
taking it off of that.
You keep leaving these alone. These are mine. Go over there. Now over here is an old green one. Look, everything's grown up over it. Where is it? What about that one there?
Well, what about it? That's 49 quid and that one's 50 quid.
Unbelievable. Look how all grown in there. Look, he don't look after his mowers at all.
Protecting them from the weather.
Look, all through there, it's all grown up. Look. What about this one then? What's up with this one?
Nothing.
Yeah, but you ain't got no handles for it.
I did that, but you took the bloody knobs off them.
No, that was off the green one over there. That's the nearest engine to go, isn't it? These don't earn a lot of money anyway, these ones. Right, that engine is gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah? You've lost it.
Unbelievable.
Start getting rid of some of these Izzies. Look, look. Yeah? Right, let's go and pop down the brake yard quickly, folks, again, and then we'll go and see the Goth things ST220. I'll get down here. Right, I've got 2 of the clips out. I should have bought a smaller screwdriver. Here we go. Come on, you baby. Right, that's the 3rd one off on that one. Now, does the lens pop out now, does it? Probably. There we go. Right, that's the lens, folks. Just wants to clean up. Now, to pull the main clip out, I think just push them in. The bottom ones, I think, and the top ones pop out. There we go. Now, hopefully, there we go. I just want a nice clean up. Right, that's one, folks. We'll get the other one out, folks. I'll go and pay for them, and then we're going to see the Goth thing. Right, folks, we're in the garage of Ronnie. Ronnie is the Goth thing. That's your channel, Ron, isn't it?
It is, mate, yeah.
And Project Man's here as well. He's here to help as well. I'm only here for a tag along to give him some lifting expertise. But if we just have a look, Ron's got an ST220 as well. Yeah. We'll just have a look at this first, Ron. Look at all this detail work he's done here. Look, he's polished up. All the pipes have been cleaned and polished. It's poly-bushed. Absolutely fantastic. And you do this yourself, don't you, Ronnie?
Yeah, I do, yeah. Past the time, I kind of a therapy for me.
Yeah.
Really. The shot blasting was done by a chap called Porky's just outside of Boston.
Right.
And then what he's done is he sprayed it with, it's like a polycoat. It's a mixture of undercoat and lacquer.
Right.
And it's fantastic stuff. And then took it to Lee Shaley's, and again, just outside of Boston, and he sprayed it gloss black for me.
Oh, actually, it's not powder coated. It is fully sprayed.
No, it's fully sprayed. I'm not a massive fan of powder coating.
Yeah. Well, I like it. And all this has all been refurbished. You do all that yourself. You do all the polishing yourself, don't you?
Yeah, I've done it all myself.
And you're going to be taking this to shows, aren't you? Apparently.
That's right. What it is, the car's used to raise money for Help for Heroes.
Yep.
I take it to shows and display the car. Hopefully people come across, look at the car, talk about what we do. What I basically do is I raise awareness of mental health issues in veterans.
Yep.
I get veterans down here, and what they do is they use the DA polishers behind you. It's kind of like a therapy.
Yep.
You know, I've got a car door in the shed, and I teach them therapy by detailing.
So they've actually helped you on this build as well, then?
We've had help from a company called SR Auto Bodies.
Yep.
Automotive have taken the car away along with a guy called Starkey Transport. Sean Stark came along, took the car away on the truck, and then the whole underside has been completely de-rusted.
Oh, right, nice one.
So,
New shocks you got in here as well. Look at them, look at them babies.
I've done all
Look.
this myself.
Adjustable as well, aren't they, by the looks of it?
Coilovers.
Brilliant. Poly bushes on the old
everywhere. There's poly bushes
anti-roll bar. Yeah.
You know,
all
there's
done.
a bit of colour.
Adjustable drop links, as you say, at the back there. I've just noticed.
Yeah, yeah.
Fantastic.
All these are brand new as well.
So you're really going through this thing, then, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we're here to have a look at the front because apparently you've got the engine blocked up over here. So this is the lump, folks. We all know the V6 3 litre lump there, and as you can see, it's had a bit of carbon fibre.
It's called hydrographic.
Yeah, hydrographics. I've done a bit of that myself, Ronnie.
It's fantastic.
So it's great stuff. This is the engine bay, folks. Up here, look. And as you can see.
Dusty.
Yeah, I mean we've just turned up on the cuff basically, but as you can see, it's totally immaculate under here. Loads and loads to do, and Ron's doing it here on this fantastic. Well, I've just noticed he's got this hydraulic lift, which takes the car right up into the air, folks. Look at that, look. And it is a mobile lifty, so you can just roll this in and out of your garage, but fantastic for what I would like use on my drive and all that. So yeah, that's a great addition. And as I say, you're not sitting down scrattling about on the floor like I normally am, Ronnie.
They're 14 to 1600 quid on eBay. The bottle which I've mounted on the wall over there.
Oh, there is a bottle for it, is there? So there's like a pressure pot.
Yeah, because
Well, holds the fluid, I'll take it over there, just over there, folks.
On the trolley that's down
You see that? Yeah, brilliant.
and you can move it, it's mobile, you can move it about.
Fantastic. What do you reckon, Project Man?
Let's get this engine sorted.
I want to have a look inside first, because he's got something special done inside, hasn't he?
There's a few bits and parts inside. Come on, there's some
Yeah,
more.
look at this, folks. Look, I've not looked inside yet, but he's had it. It's been. Look, just hold that there, Gary. I don't want that to dog on there. It's been flocked. Is that right, Ronnie?
Yeah, all round. And hydrographics have dipped it as well.
Wow, look at
So
this.
this is flocked. One here.
Superb.
Santa.
That's like the old James Bond console there. Look.
Yeah,
What,
that's.
what are these going to be for? These switches.
Basically, the ones to start the car.
Right. That would that be the big one?
Yep.
Yep.
And the other ones are for the amps, the lights, and also I have a butterfly flap on the exhaust system that deletes all the back boxes.
I've just realised that is a standard unit, but you've just taken out where the cup holder and the ashtray is there, basically, isn't it?
And also that's a Jag.
What is?
That's from a Jaguar.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's a lot neater, that one, isn't it? Yeah. Better finished off than the standard Mondeo one, isn't it? Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, it's from Jaguar.
Wow, that looks really plush in there, and I love that. I love that addition, folks. Is that a special pod, that, Ronnie, or...?
It's a motorbike one.
You're joking, is it?
Yeah.
Look at that, folks. That fits on there a treat and looks absolutely fantastic there. I do love that. That flocking. Oh, you've got the old carbon fibre at the top there as well.
Yeah.
Ronnie, that's flocking amazing. Isn't it?
Cheers.
That's flocking amazing. Are you a flocker?
I don't flock.
You don't flock. Right, we're just coming around the back, folks.
This is a bit of a mess in here at the moment.
Yeah, it's still work in progress, but blinking hell. Look what we got here, folks. Look.
Decided
Oh,
because-
were they twin amps?
Yeah.
Blinking hell, that's amazing.
Um,
And as I say, this is basically going to be a show car, isn't it?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like I say, just raise as much money as I can.
I see you've got custom rear lights on there as well, Ronnie.
Yes, mate.
And I do notice they've got the reflectors in them as well, because I've just changed my one.
Yeah, they haven't got them.
Mine are the facelift ones. And people in the comments section keep saying, oh, you need the reflectors in the bumper and that. So we've just been down to Broker's Yard, lucky enough, and found a pair for £5, because they're quite dear. If you go on eBay, them ones with the reflectors in.
Finding those, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Windley's is really good.
Well, it's a little bit dirty, folks, as you can see. It's covered in dust.
I've never seen it this dirty.
Yeah, but he didn't know we was coming. Well, he did know we was coming, actually, didn't you?
I still wouldn't have cleaned it.
But well, there you go, folks. We're going to just get on, try and get this engine jacked up. Not jacked up, put properly, safely on the stand for Ronnie so that he can carry on doing his stuff. So we'll see you in a minute. Right, folks. Well, we've got it all blocked up now. As you can see, we're on trolleys, we're on double axle stands, and now Ronnie can sort of move this about. Well, he's not got to move it now, that's the thing. It's nice and solid now on there, and all he can do now is just drop the car down on the hoist, and the engine's sitting in the right place. So we've made that safe for him. And this was the problem. He had this trolley. It's been on there for how long, Ronnie, on this trolley?
2019. You see the wheel with the ball bearings down
Yeah.
there.
See where the wheels come off, look, folks, and that was dangerous for him. He couldn't move it about to get it in the position which it's in now, which is the correct location, basically, for it to drop the bodywork down onto it. So that's what we
There's
got
nothing
there.
wrong with the dolly. It was just maybe it's a dodgy wheel, eh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the dolly was all right. They say it's just
My father-in-law did the dolly. I know it's all right.
the wheels collapsed over there, folks, look. So there you go, Ron. You happy with that?
Very much. Thank you, guys.
That's got it out of the way now, look. And it's now just sitting there, and he can safely lower the car down on that when he comes to put the engine in place.
I had the thought of coming in and checking it during the night a few times, and I thought, do you know what, I might as well save the bad news for the morning or the good news. What was funny was I watched the engine move when the Typhoon went over doing the display, the vibration in the air.
Oh, my
actually
God.
moved the engine.
Yeah. And it's a big old blinking lump to move as well, isn't it?
Very heavy, yeah.
So just having that one wheel collapsed on the trolley it was on, folks, caused no end of problems, but hopefully it's sorted.
I can't wait for this back in the car and I can stop worrying about it.
Well, thanks for letting us see your little project you got here, Ronnie, and don't forget, folks, Ronnie's got his own channel. He's got a few videos on this, haven't you, on your channel?
Yeah, the Goth thing, that's our tagline basically. We're on Instagram, YouTube, and we're on Twitter.
Happy days.
Gives a look, please.
Yeah.
Love some followers so you can see the good work we're going to do in the summer.
And I'll leave a link in the description below this video, folks. Anyway, we're off now to do another job. Have a cup of tea first with Ronnie, and then we're going back to finish off that lawnmower. We'll see you in a minute. Right, back out in the garden, folks. I think old Nick the engine off of this old lawnmower he's got here. Look, it looks in a bit of a state, but I presume it's a runner. That's what I'm going to use, folks. Let's get that in the workshop and get it off that deck, get it looked at, get it serviced and get it cleaned up.
All of my friends say, girl, you better take care, 'cause that man is trouble, you best beware. And though deep down I know I might be headed for teardrops, now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I won't. I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no,
Right, there we go, folks. All back together now with the new engine on. I did have to change the boss on the bottom there. You probably saw that on the time lapse. I had to change that over and also put the old blade back on because the boss was the wrong size, obviously. And I've also fitted the carb off of the original one, which was running perfectly fine, and also the recoil cover and the exhaust as well. So the final thing to change is the spark plug, because this spark plug is an unknown spark plug. So for the sake of changing it, only take a couple of minutes, won't it? Now I did notice that when I took the exhaust off, the engine exhaust way had a bit of oil in it, so there's a very good chance that this has been tipped up. To be honest with you, that don't look too bad a plug, but I'm going to throw it anyway. And I've got a brand new B2 LM plug to go into these engines. They're normally gapped around 30 thou. I'm just going to plonk it straight in, folks. They're not normally wrong. They're normally gapped at the factory. Let's just turn it up, compress the washer first, and then just give it a little nip. That's it, that's all you need. Right, brand new oil it's had in it. Technically speaking, it now should be ready to go. Let's get it outside, see if it fires up. It may smoke a bit, as I said to you, because it looked like there was a bit of oil in there. So we'll take it outside now and give it a fire up. We've got to do this quick, folks. Just started to rain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give it 5. Right, let's see if it starts. There we go, folks. We're back working again. I'm going to speed the tick over up on it, but not right at this moment in time. You'll have to see that when we're using it to cut the grass in a different video. It's just running a bit slow. Sorry, I'm going to do it now. I'm low on battery power, I hope the phone, hope it don't cut out. This should only just take a minute. Just take that off of there like that. Bring that like that. Just bring that back a bit. Maybe to there. Oh, it's starting to really come down now, folks. We'll give it a quick go. Quickly try again. Oh, God. There we go. That's a bit better, folks. I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. Oh, it's hailstones. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.